I am being crazy ambitious today and attempting a two-camera shoot with an iPhone and a laptop, and we're going to see if it cuts together okay. And it's a lot easier to shoot on that one, but it looks like crap. But it looks a lot better on that one, but it's a lot tougher to shoot. So, there you have it. Today I am going to do something a little different. I got serious cravings right now, and you know, we all have that time of the month where we are going to eat our way to the back of the refrigerator. So what I am going to do today is to be a little proactive and create something for myself to satisfy myself when the cravings hit, so that I'm not putting too much bad stuff in my body. It'll be a little bit bad. It's not 100%. After all, I'm only sort of healthy. I'm going to be making a dairy-free ice cream, and I'm going to be using coconut milk. I'm choosing to use canned coconut milk because I have a can of coconut milk that's been sitting in my cupboard for longer than I like to admit, so I'm going to be putting it to use. You can use dairy milk, you could use half and half, you could use 2%, you could use non-fat, you could use heavy whipping cream, you can use hemp milk, almond milk, cashew, rice milk. Any sort of milk substitute or dairy product will work. Yes, you can use yogurt. You can make this exact same recipe exactly to your own tastes. Very simple ingredients. I'm using dairy, or dairy substitute in my case. I'm using sugar. You may choose to use a sugar substitute. That's absolutely fine. And I'm using frozen fruit, ice, and a teensy bit of vanilla extract. Now, you don't have to put in chia seeds, but I'm adding chia seeds for nutritional value and also because they act as a little bit of a binding agent. Chia, you know, if you ever put chia seeds into liquid, how they become gelatinous? Well, that same gel forms in your body, and it helps expel all the bile that's in your liver out. So it's a great way to detox your body on a regular basis. Adds a few extra calories, but all sorts of nutrients. So let's get started, shall we? I'm using my Vitamix blender. If you don't have a high-performance blender, please don't even attempt this. You're going to need a Vitamix for this or a Blendtec. If you try to do it with a Ninja, it's not really going to give you that same homogeneous consistency that you're looking for. It's going to be very chunky and very smoothie-like. It's not going to be to your mouth an ice cream. And I want this to be an ice cream. Your proportions are always the same. 1 cup liquid to 3 cups frozen. What you do with the liquid and the frozen is entirely up to you. 1 cup liquid, 3 cups frozen. Here's what I mean. Coconut milk, shake the heck out of it. I don't know how long I've had this in my cupboard. This is a 13.5 ounce can. I only need 8 ounces. Yes, baby. You don't like this. I know it sounds like cat food, but it's not cat food. It's coconut milk. Yes, honey. 1 cup coconut. Would you like some coconut milk? Yes. These are cats eating coconut milk. Coconut milk. You guys are cats. Don't you know better? Well, now we know cats like coconut milk. Okay. 1 cup of our dairy product, coconut milk. You're going to add some chia seeds. Help to detox your body. This is about a tablespoon. I had this scoop sitting around from a package of protein powder, and you know, I'm cheap, I recycle everything. Now, because those have a little grit to them that we don't want in our finished product, we're going to give this a little pre-blend. I might as well throw my sugar in now too, so that gets fully dissolved. I've learned that people have very strong opinions about the sweetener that they use. And so when I say sugar, I mean sweetener. You should use the sweetener that you feel works for your family. I use honey, I use stevia, I use, well, I admit I put sweetener on my iced tea when I go out, but I don't go out very often, so it happens happens very, very rarely. But I still do it because it dissolves better than anything else. I like sugar in the raw. Agave nectar. Use them all. Mix it up. Use whatever you think works for you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is organic sugar. Hasn't gone through the bleaching process because our bodies really don't need bleach. They don't need sugar either, I know, but come on, play with me. The recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar. Now that is going to be a very sweet ice cream, one that you give to children. I don't really have much taste for sweets. I like things a little bit more tart, so I'm going to only add 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup, I'm sorry. I'm only adding 1/2 cup of sugar. Yes, it's still a great deal of sugar, but compared to a commercially prepared ice cream, I'm not having preservatives and I'm not having huge amounts of sugar and fat. We're going to give this a little pre-blend just to make sure that the chia seeds are completely ground up and the sugar is completely dissolved. All those chia seeds are going to get a little bit gelatinous right now when combined with that coconut milk. So then when I freeze it, it's going to hold its frozen shape a little bit longer. This calls for raspberries. I'm using raspberries because I'm a big fan of raspberries. It's one of my favorite fruits. But you could just as easily use strawberries. That makes this really popular with kids. You could use blueberries if you'd prefer that. You can use mango, you could use pineapple, peach, any frozen fruit. This recipe is identical using any frozen fruit that you have. And that can be fruit that you froze yourself or commercially prepared frozen fruit, either way. So this is a 10-ounce package. There are 24 ounces in 3 cups of frozen. So this 10 ounces, I'm going to subtract from those 24 ounces. That means I need 14 ounces of ice. A lot of people ask, can you use tray ice? Of course you can use tray ice. Why wouldn't you? It's a Vitamix. It can handle tray ice. So we want a little bit less than 2 cups, but right around 2 cups. Okay, I'm going to say this is a whole tray of ice. Use a whole tray of ice. A teensy bit of vanilla extract is going to make this taste sweeter than it actually is. I'm really bad at measuring. I just use the cap. So just a capful, that's about a 1/4 teaspoon of organic vanilla extract. Yummy. Package of frozen raspberries, 10 ounces. Ice to equal 3 cups total frozen. You are definitely going to want your tamper for this. So again, start out at your slow speed. You don't want to stress the machine out. Gradually increase the speed, gently forcing the ice onto the blade with the use of the tamper. And I darn well hope you have that lid in place or you got a chewed up tamper on your hands. By the way, if you chew up your tamper, I'll show you where to get one. UniqueMonique.com. Also, it's sortahealthy.com. Because you can't be good all the time. You're going to gradually see as everything is slowly sucked down in the vortex. It's very thick, so you want to see that pushing together even a little slower than this. This came out a little bit thin. Oh, I have to get in there and taste it. I love it. That's going to be perfect to satisfy those late night cravings as they come up. Might want to make it a little sweeter if you've got kids. They probably won't care for it this tart, but I like that. For me, that is going to be very satisfying. This will freeze for it'll keep in the freezer for about 3 months. After that, it starts to get a little freezer burn. It'll be very, very hard when you first take it out of the freezer. Just let it sit on the counter for about 5 or 10 minutes to soften up. All natural raspberry ice cream, dairy-free, made in my Vitamix blender. Perfect for my upcoming cravings. I think that is definitely sort of healthy. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe.